It's not giving it to me, Stacy. I don't know what's going on here. I can't figure it out. It puts the box on the screen. Let me see here. What is this doing? YouTube, go away. Why is this? I can't get this off my screen. There we go. Okay. So the next box next to it says captions. I can't figure it out. It's not letting me. Hold on, let me hold my camera a different way. It's not letting me do it. It's got chat. What does chat overlay mean? I don't know. I'll have to play with this because it's not letting me see what you guys are typing. I'm not signed out. I already did all this. I am connecting YouTube. What the hell? Ugh. The channel is already added. And then it says go back. I didn't cancel. What the heck? I'm still live. I don't know what this is doing. This is what happens when you have something new to play with. Okay, I'm back. It's not letting me it's not letting me do it, Stacy. There we go. I don't know what I did, but it bounced back. There's the chat finally. I'm seeing it. I don't know why it's not showing on my camera. Let me see here. There it is. For some reason, I had to go out and come back. There it is. Did it go through? Hey, hey, hey. Okay, I got it to work. For some reason, it's right there. It's on the opposite side. Ew, there's a mirrored effect. How cool is this? This is really neat. Nice. It's definitely different, but look how cool that is. It's got graphics. What's it doing? I'm clicking buttons, people. Oh, look how cute that is. It's got overlays in it. This is so fun. I like it. fun. Video clips. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. It's got all these cool features, people. I got a new play toy. I love tech stuff. When it comes to fun, that is so cool. I know, this is so cool. Things you wish I could have known about this sooner. This is awesome. I like it. It's just like StreamYard is kind of more simplified, if that makes any sense. Um, oh, come on. I can't aim my camera to the light. It's perfect. StreamYard is a little more simplified when you sign into it. This just has a little more buttons to play with. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I like playing programs. Woo-hoo. Usually I'm not live at this time, but they told me about this Restream is what it's called, Restream Studio. And I like this better. I'm going to drop StreamYard. So this will give me more buttons and stuff to play with. I like it. And it has features that if you want to, it's got a paid for version. I'm not sure what you get with this on the free version yet. I'm not sure. See, it's got 16 a month. You get no restream branding, stream to 5 channels, unlock Facebook page groups, custom RTMP streaming, stream on your guest channel, stream recordings for 6 hours, and your team should receive. Then they have a $41 plan that's all standard plus. You can stream up to 8 channels, full HD, split audio, track recording, upload and stream videos, 1 hour, 2 gigabytes per file, 10 files, stream recording 10 hours, and it says Team 4 total seats and no restream watermark. And then you have your premium, which is your 83 a month. So you have plans you can select. This one here offers 16 marked down from 19. Their standard cost 16. StreamYard is 25. So yes, this is even cheaper. Pretty cool. Okay, let's see what we have down here. I'm sorry, but I gotta knit it up. Look at these countdowns, people. This is your countdown feature. You get this one. Check this out. This is like a sci-fi. Look at this one. This is fun. This is fun. I'm over here dancing to this music. Okay. Then you have overlays, and you can add your own overlay. How cool is this? I can play with mine and make one in my art program. So you have this one. Look at these. And then you have this one. Look how funky. That's like the 70s show, dude. Look at all the little flowers. Okay, and then you have this one. Oh my gosh, so what can you add? It says upload. Oh, you have to upgrade to upload overlays. Okay, so we have that. And then here's the logo. Customize your logo. And then you have one that you can upgrade to get. Okay, we have brand settings. Let's see what this says. This says rounded. Then you have something that says news. And then you have your default. Well, this is really cool. Add source. I don't know what this means. Oh, if you want an extra camera, video storage, background music. Oh, cool. I am really liking this. All right, Tim. I'm just nibbing. And then over here, you can invite guests. Let's see what this does. Where's Tupac? Somebody in here going to give me. I don't know what this means. Let me see if I can share this in the stream. What is it doing? And why did I lose my chat again? My chat disappeared. Copy link. Okay, let me go over to chat. There you are. I found you again. This is just going to take a little bit of an adjustment. Okay. Here's the link. Who's going to come up here and help me test this out? I know Tupac would. Where'd he go? Well, Tupac, I was using too many hours. That's why I paid for it. Where's he at? Chad. Anybody, please click on it. Please, please, please. I want to see if it works. Why is everybody afraid to join my panel? I don't bite. I don't know how. I don't know where a person shows up that would join a stream. It's not doing anything when I click on these. Nobody's going to click on the link. Oh, God. You guys are no fun. I need to figure out who. When a person joins the panel, where do they show up? This is like not like StreamYard. I don't know if it shows up underneath mine. This says remove from stream here. But that's the link. I wish Tupac was in here because I know he would get up here. Who else is in here? Is anybody left in here? Is it just me and you, Sandy? Is my audio bad? Does my audio sound bad, Sandy? Tim said my audio sounded bad. I wonder what happened. Oh, maybe because I got my hand on where my audio is. My audio is actually built into my cam. So that might be why. We got 3 people in here. So who's the third person? Somebody please click on that link. I need to find out where my guests show up. And they left. Oh my goodness. Sandy, can you click on that link and that I stuck in the chat? Just click on it. I want to see what happens. When a person clicks, it doesn't necessarily mean they just show up on the stream. They have to be led on the stream, but I want to see where you pop up if you try to join the stream. It'll have you in the background. It's not going to show you. I just need it tested. Tina, test that link, please. Can you see the link I stuck in? Hey, Tina. I need somebody to test that link to see where they come up on this new streaming device I'm using. Here's the link. Google Chrome or Firefox. Foxfire or whatever should be supported on this. If you go on StreamYard, it should support because StreamYard uses Google Chrome. That's weird. That is weird. Will it let you click on it, Sandy? That is so weird. Hey, Marcelo. I wonder why this is not working. That is crazy. Marcello, see if it'll let you click on that link to join the panel. I'm trying to figure out how to work this, if you don't mind. I don't know why this isn't working. That is so weird. J-Pot, there he is, here. Chad, yay!
Hello?
There, it works.
Hey,
you would click on it.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
listen. Yeah, listen. So here's what you do for your StreamYards. Whenever you run out of your minutes, you just delete your account, and then you put your same email in, and then boom, you don't have to pay for it. That's what I do for StreamYards.
What did you say you did?
Okay, so you delete your StreamYard account, right?
Okay.
And then put your email back in, and then you just restart it again, so you don't have to pay for it.
You still get the 20 free hours?
Yes. Like, because every time it says that you reach your limits, I usually delete my StreamYards account and put my same email in and just make a new account, and you have no problems.
Oh, well, that's a cool thing to do.
Yeah, because this shit you got going on, it really sucks. We can't see you, can't hear you, or anything.
This is cool. I like this. I like this Restream.
Really? Because it sounds like shit, and it doesn't work too good. You can't read the chat.
What, I can read my chat. I have it on my phone.
Oh, you can read it now? Okay, because earlier.
Yeah, I got it on my phone, and it's right here over in the corner now once I found it.
Oh, okay, good.
All that
Okay.
over there. So this is really cool. It's got more buttons. It's got a little more. I mean, I feel like it's easier because all the buttons are open.
Yeah.
The overlays and such. It's got captions and graphics. It's just got a little more buttons to play with to figure out what you're doing. But yeah, I like it so far. I just want to test it for quality.
Okay. But yeah, I just figured I'd tell you. I just figured I'd help you out with the StreamYard, so you don't have to pay for it. You just keep deleting your account and just make a new one with the same email.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
It used to be on StreamYard, though. You got 20 free hours no matter what a month.
Yes, it's 25 or something like that.
Yeah, but you don't have to. I don't have to keep deleting my account. I just kept getting it. It just keeps renewing every month.
Oh, okay. See, I paid for it once there, and that was it. And then I just stopped renewing it. And then my buddy's like, just fucking delete your account and then put your email in, and then boom, and it's back to fresh again.
Oh, well, used to be on our end in the US, we could get 20 something free hours because I used to do live sales, and StreamYard would send me a warning saying, oh, you used, half hour over, whatever. Every month they would do it, but I didn't have to renew or delete anything. They just keep each month on a certain day. I think it was like the 5th of every month.
Oh, okay.
The 25 hours would start all over again.
Oh, okay.
But I kept going over, so I decided to go ahead and pay for the basic plan.
See, yeah, that's the thing. I'm not
sales, so I really don't need it, but I just didn't want to keep track because when I craft, time flies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't pay for it. As soon as they say I'm almost out of time, like I said, I just delete the StreamYard account and my email, and then I put my same email in, and then boom, I'm fresh again.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But I want one that I can pay for a basic plan, but I don't want it to where they rip me off.
Yeah, I'm never ever paying for shit on YouTube.
The StreamYard ripped me off 24-hour, that 24-hour live stream I did on a dare. They only gave me 6 hours of it. And the guy actually hung up on me in the middle of talking. Like they literally disconnected me. And I'm like, really? You people are so rude.
Wow. But I did send you an email, so just forget about it, I guess, because now I'm talking to you. So
you sent me an email. I didn't get your email.
Yeah. If it's still the same one from like 19 Fish and Chips, that's what I emailed you.
You got, I got it. I just didn't see it because I was on here.
It's all good.
Thank you.
But all right, I'm going to go back to the chat, sweetie.
All right. Thanks for helping me out.
No problem.
Yay. So there we go. So now I'll just have to play with this. I think the audio, the reason why it's messed up is because it's built into my camera. And my cam, the audio on this sucks. This cam is very disappointing. My cam downstairs, it's a Logitech. I don't know why this is doing this. Wait a minute. On Logitech. Let me adjust this. This way. However. Excuse me, the Logitech downstairs, it's the same camera. I don't know why it's not working as good up here as it does downstairs, but my one downstairs is clear, and I went into the settings and I don't have it on autofocus because sometimes autofocus messes up. But for some reason, this just didn't. I don't know. I'll have to play with this camera unless it's just a faulty camera, and I might have to get a new one because my mic is actually built into this. So if it's acting up, it's probably not the program. It's the actual, it's the cam. Oh, that's why, Tina. I don't use Microsoft Edge. I know StreamYard only allows voice through Google. I can only use it through Google Chrome. It won't even come through on Firefox. But I looked this up, and this said this was compatible with Google Chrome and Firefox both. But this program at least tells you up front on the non-paid plan that you can only get 6 hours of video. So you can't record past 6 hours, and they won't give it to you. So if you go to the first plan, you get more. So at least this one's actually more honest. It says stream recording up to 6 hours on their standard plan, which is $16 a month, and you pay $25 and get the same on StreamYard. Now this one here says if you pay the $41 a month, you can get your 10 hours, and the $83 a month, you get 20 hours. So you can pick if you want to pay monthly or if you want to pay annually. It's got good plans. I mean, a monthly plan is, if you pay the annual plan, that's the monthly $19. It's monthly a $19 plan. But if you pay for that plan annually, you get it for $16. So their monthly plans are a little higher. It goes $19 a month, $49 a month, $99 a month. But if you pay those annual, it goes $16, $41, $83 because they want you to pay all at once, I guess. But at least they're honest, where StreamYard was not. So I'm going to try this out a little while and see how it works for free. And if I end up liking this, I'll cancel StreamYard. I just wasn't happy with StreamYard's tech support. I was very mad at them. And they sent me, hey, Pitbull Mama, this is the email they sent me because he argued with me, hung up, disconnected our talk. Then I turn around and I get an email from them. I went live Wednesday at 9:00 p.m. and Thursday finished at 9:00. That was my 24 hours. And they sent me this email and it says, from after they disconnected me and they treated me rudely, I get an email with, it's our fault. Like I told them in the first place, it was their fault. It said from 4:50 a.m. to 5:02 a.m. on Thursday, which was the next day, StreamYard experienced issues and they're blaming it on Google Cloud. But the weird thing is, as I showed in my stream last night, when I went into the history, the 24-hour is there. They just wouldn't give it to me. It shows it right in my history live that it was 24 hours. So they do have the entire video. They're just not giving it to me. They're only giving me 6. So they can kiss off because on the basic plan, you have 50 hours that you can record. I only have 22 recorded out of the 50. So there's no reason why they withheld that for me. And even and then he said YouTube only allows you to post a 12-hour live. They used to do 24, but they only do 12 now, which I have not read the rules on that yet. But I still didn't get the 12 hours because what I was going to do once they released the 24 hours is I was going to turn it into 4 parts. I was going to do part 1, 2, 3, and 4 to get the full, like a playlist, to get the full 24 hours, but they wouldn't give it to me. So I got 6 hours out of it. All that work, 6 hours. So that was really disappointing. I'm not happy with StreamYard right now. And I'm not happy with YouTube either because they should have at least gave me the 12 hours. It just never fails. Seriously, it never fails. Always getting ripped off. I'm telling you. It's crazy. So you want to come up? You want to try the new panel? Here's the link. You come up, talk to me. We'll talk puppies. Pitbull Mama, if you got time. But this is a new stream. I'm using Restream. And it only accepts Google Chrome and Firefox. So whatever browser you have set as your default, it'll let you up. Well, I'm glad I made you giggle. It was hysterical. It really was. So there is the stream where you can click on it to come up here. And it's really cool because StreamYard doesn't show the fluctuation of your microphone. And when I'm talking on this one, I see this little green line going across the bottom of where my video thing is, where I'm up here, and it tells me my volume level. Do I sound okay now on the microphone? It might have been because I was moving my camera around. But you can come up and talk to me. My puppy's in pain right now, Pitt. It's sad. I just want to kiss her fuzzy face off. She looks so depressed. Thank you. But you can come up on my panel. You wanted to come up and we never did get to do a panel chat. It's up to you. I don't know if you're busy or not. This finally dried. I was working on this last night. Look how pretty that dried. I still didn't get my Elmer's glue. I need to get my Elmer's and kind of push that. I guess I could use Alina's. But this is kind of, it really decoupaged nice, even the Alina's. Worked good. Oh, you're driving? Okay. Well, we'll have to plan one day. What's a good time for you to do a live? Because I know she's got her puppies, her pit bull puppies. We'll have to plan a live we can talk dog talk. I don't care how old my dog gets, she will be a puppy forever to me. She will always be my puppy. She's got a hurt paw right now because she jumped off my recliner. She didn't yipe or nothing. That's what was weird. When my husband came home, we had a thunderstorm. This is what started it. We had a thunderstorm and she's scared of thunderstorms. So I have to give her Thunder Wonders, which is a chew. And the thing that happened was Thunder Wonders have melatonin in them. So that she was really mellowed out. And I'm not blaming the Thunder Wonders. I'm just saying she was really mellowed out. And I don't know if it was because she was so relaxed from the Thunder Wonders when my husband came home from work, because we go through this routine every day. She jumped off the bottom of my recliner because that's the part she likes laying on by my feet. And she greeted my husband. I heard her doing her little tap, tap, happy dance that she does every time he comes home. And then all of a sudden, she come into the living room and she was walking funny. And I told my husband, I said, is she limping? Because he was taking her around. He goes, huh? And he happened to look at her back 2 legs. And she was walking funny. So he took her outside, and it was like the worse the night went on, the worse her leg got. So then she was to the point where she was lifting her foot completely off the floor and she won't walk on it. So we called the vet the next day because, I'm a very good stickler, Mom, about calling the vet and letting them know. And they told us maybe she stoved it or sprained it. So he told my husband to come pick up medicine for her the next day. So my husband went up and he picked up, it's like a dog Tylenol, they said. I don't know what it is. I didn't even look at the bottle, but because he gives it to her. She only gets one a day. So he said, give this to her for the next few days. And if she's still limping and not walking, to bring her in. So today's going into the 3rd day. So we're keeping an eye on her, and I have not let her jump on anything. We bought a staircase. That didn't work. She didn't want no part of it, to get up on the bed to sleep with us because she's used to sleeping with us. And so that didn't work. So we have to return that. I think it's because it's too narrow, and it kind of scared her because she's a 70-pound dog. I mean, she's not a little dog. She's a medium dog. So I took her outside yesterday because I think she was going a little stir crazy in that room, and she doesn't understand why she's stuck in the living room. And I feel so bad for her, but we have steps going from the living room into the main house. So we have steps to the front porch down. So in order for her not to walk the steps to take her outside, the living room of our house is actually built on the ground. It's not on the foundation. It was an extra addition room, I guess the previous owners put in. So what we did was we have it to where she walks straight from the living room outside. So she don't have to climb any steps or jump up on any furniture or anything like that. So last night she wanted to be held. This is so sad when you have a dog that's injured and they can't jump anywhere. So she was pouting and she was pacing and she's giving a sad look. If you'd have seen her look last night, she just propped her head down in the pillow like she was the most pressed puppy in the world. And she wanted to be held. So I told my husband, I said, take your recliner and bend it down a little bit. And I propped up his great big Coleman sleeping bag in a great big pile so that she could walk onto the sleeping bag to get on his recliner. And then he could finish lifting it up. And that's what she wanted. She wanted to be held. So she was all excited on his lap because I was going, yay, Rooney. And she's wagging her tail on her butt because she was so excited to be held. But it's like so sad because she can't jump and she doesn't understand. I just love her. I love my puppy. Hey, Daria. Daria is my favorite cheerleader. Daria, you missed it. I had a fight with StreamYard and they disconnected from me. Hey, Bonnie. Let me get you people. Your hugs. And then there's Joni. I met Joni last night. Welcome back. She's a new person to our channel, to our community. I like having a really cool community. Daria is my cheerleader. This girl, I'm telling you, when I did my 24-hour live stream, she really helped me stay awake. They only gave me 6 hours of it, Daria. 6. That's all they gave me. Apparently, YouTube used to be able to post as many as you want. This is what Streamer told me. Whether this is true, I don't know. I haven't looked it up. They say they only post 12-hour streams now. And they only gave me 6 hours, but yet in my history, you can see the full 24 hours. I said, so what did you do with the rest of my live? Throw it to the web? Because it's right in the history, where you dump your cache. It's right there. It shows 24 hours, 22 minutes and something. I showed it last night in my live. And they only gave me 6 hours. So I had to download it because it's black. They won't let me have it. It's blank. And let me see. I got the link to it. It had 324 views and they took it away from me. Brats. I was so mad. I'll show you the link. Hold on. I was it's just upsetting. So I downloaded, it came off as an MP4, and then I had to upload it, and the 6 hours of it, and then I just put where it was cut off. But this is the original link to the stream. It says the stream recording is not available, playback, and it's got this great big long thing. I don't know how Bethany replied, I came back for the replay. I don't know how she saw the link. It's got to be posted somewhere. But anyways, that's what you get when you click on it. But it was a 24-hour YouTube live dare. And they took it. They ate it. So I reposted. I had to re-upload the MP4 so it shows up as under my videos. And it's titled... I was mad though. They could have at least gave me half of it. It comes up as the first 6 hours of my 24-hour live dare. They gave me exactly 6 hours and 13 seconds of it. That's all they gave me. That was a lot of work though. I did okay through the night. And then I knew I was going to have a rougher time come afternoon, like when my husband left for work. And then I had to stay awake, take care of my dog, of course, because I'd take breaks to eat and that kind of stuff. And then towards the last couple hours, I was getting really tired. If you guys only saw my side, I was over here trying not to fall asleep in my chair. And my husband was laughing at me because I went to go potty and I'm sitting on the pot to go pee. And I was trying to stay awake on the toilet. I was like, I want to go to bed. But I couldn't go to bed till he got home because I have to take care of my dog every 3 hours because she also has a UTI infection she was on medication for. She's doing better now, but they caught it early, thank God. But she had to go out to the bathroom like every 3 hours. And so I took her out, and he came home. He gets home between 11:30 and 12 at night. So when he came home, I said, dude, I'm going to bed. Because we usually watch Chicago PD on Hulu or Peacock. We usually watch it on Peacock together, the series. And I said, I'm going to bed because I am tired. All right, Pitt. So I went to bed 11 o'clock that night, or 11, no, I'd say close to midnight that night. I did not wake up till like 1 o'clock the next day, which is good because that's right when he leaves, so that I could take care of my dog again, because he always takes care of her through the night. And it has been so cute. I should have got a picture of these two. I might do it tonight. It has been so adorable. I swear. She was my Christmas present. This is how we came about my dog. I saw somebody post on Facebook, and it had a picture of a puppy held up. I fell in love with her as soon as I saw her. I mean, when people say love at first sight, I don't believe in it with people, but by God, I believe in it with animals, because when I saw her, I was like, oh my God. I took my Christmas money. The guy that had her, I said, we'll meet in Walmart parking lot, because, you want to meet somebody in a lit place to make sure they're not crazy and stuff. So we met in a very lit parking lot at Walmart. He gave me the dog. I paid him the money. I brought her home, and she fit in like my hand. And I had her hid in my coat. And my husband, he can tell, we've been married for 33 years. I've known him since I was 15. He was 16. So it's been forever. So he knows the looks on my face. And he's like, what did you do? As soon as he came in the house from work, I go, what? I don't know what you're talking about. He goes, I know you did something because the look on your face. And I pulled her out of my coat. He says, you did not get a puppy. I said, yes, I did. And he likes puppy breath. Hey, Vaughn. He likes puppy breath. So he held her up and he breathed in her puppy breath, and he fell in love with her too. So this is so funny. So I'm telling a story about my dog, Vaughn. So she sleeps, like, she likes sleeping with him more, like when he goes to bed before me or after me or whatever, she wants to be beside him. So it's really funny. It's like she's all my dog until dad comes home, and she's like, Mom, bye, it's dad time. And it's funny because she's sleeping in the living room and he has to be right beside her. So he literally took the cushions that we use for outdoor furniture. He lined it up, put his Coleman sleeping, all his blankets down, his Coleman sleeping, and he's been sleeping right beside her so she's not by herself. Tell me that's not dedication. He's been babying my dog like you would not believe. He goes, she can't sleep out here by herself. And I said, she doesn't have to. I was going to sleep on the couch. But no, he's going to sleep right. It's just so fun. I need to get a picture of the two of them. So the first day he woke up, I said, are you sure you're going to get your right rest? Because you got to go to work. And he's like, yeah, he says, I'll be all right. And then he said he was tired today, but he slept with her again last night. So this is the video I sent to Sandy. I'll show you my puppy. Wait a minute. Just give me a second. She got hurt. Wait a minute. I got to wait for it to start over. I don't know why. Every time I try to play a video, it cuts sound off. Wait a minute. But I had her outside yesterday, and she was laying in the grass. There she is. Here's my baby. Show Sandy your boo-boo. Come on, show her. I had to untangle. Move this way. Come on. Let me fix your paw. I had to untangle her leash. Hold on. Her foot was stuck. See, come on. She got a boo-boo. When she jumped off my recliner, and now she won't walk on it. So I can't let her be on steps. So she got a boo-boo. So today we're going to watch her, and if she doesn't look like she's improved any, we're going to take her to the vet. And if she doesn't look like she's improved, I gotta turn this down. Okay. Sorry. Sure, hold on. So I'm using something different. This is not StreamYard that I'm on. This is called Restream. I'm trying a new platform. And it's really cool. I'm liking it so far. I feel like is the visual clearer? Can you guys see clear now? It's still not like my cam downstairs. But it's so far it's clear. I mean, the buttons and stuff are in different places, but it's really cool looking. I was showing it earlier in the stream what Restream looks like. But Vaughn, can you hear me? He has a tendency of jumping in and out. Yes. Listen, I did a 24-hour live stream, Vaughn, and StreamYard took the rest of it and only gave me 6 hours. I was furious. Here's the actual link. I'm still furious though, Daria, because 24-hour live streams are not easy to do. And this is the link to the stream. Vaughn, I had 324 views. I was excited. Somebody dared me, so I did it. But they only gave me 6 hours. And the sad part is when I go into the StreamYard history, it shows the whole 24 there. So I contacted their customer service. I talked to 2 different guys, and I told them, you have it right here in your cookies. What are you doing? And he says, well, you're on the basic plan. You only get 6 hours. I said, dude, I have 50 free hours and I've only used 22. And you kept it. They kept it from me. But I showed it in my history where it's there. Hey, Pitt. I see your letter P, but I can't hear you. If you're speaking, to let you know. But yeah, that's what they did. They ripped me off, and he said, YouTube will only give you 12 hours and we give 6. And they didn't even give me the 12 hours. So I downloaded it out of the history and I got it as an MP4 and I had to re-upload the 6 hours. Is that like not crazy? So I'm going to a different stream. They made me mad. I paid for them. I said, I paid for you guys' service and you took my whole live stream. You didn't even let me edit it, to where I could edit. They didn't even give it to me to edit it, to make it like 4 parts. So I decided I'm just mad at them. I am. So they disconnected my conversation. They hung up on me. I was like, really? So then I got an email from them with an apology because it was their fault. They sent me an email and they said, because I went from Wednesday into Thursday to do the 24 hours, and it said from 4:50 a.m. to 5:02 a.m. Pacific time on Thursday, which was August 25th. He said StreamYard experienced issues that caused some users to be unable to do things like create broadcasts, enter the studio, get comments, or go live. You're receiving this email because based on our logs, it looked like you may have been affected. So it was their fault. Assholes. And I said, if they give me feedback for their customer service, I'm telling them they suck. Because they were very rude to disconnect me when I was trying to explain to them. I know Daria. Daria, she stayed awake with me. Hey, Christina. She stayed awake with me and kept, I mean, I had people in the stream all night to stay awake, and she helped. Um, are you using, you have to use Firefox or Google Chrome as a browser? It should be able to let you in as long as you're using those as your browser as like a default. Because I know Tina tried to come up on Microsoft Edge, it wouldn't let her. I see you coming up here, and I'm allowing you. Can you hear me? All I see on your end is a black screen with the letter P. But I can't hear you, Pitbull. Can you hear me? It might be that they're not allowing your cam or something. I don't know. My cam is Logitech. But anyways, my live stream last night, they told me about this new program called Restream. And it's like StreamYard, but it's got a little more features to it. And I showed it earlier. I had my cam pointed to my computer. I don't know if it'll let me. There. See? This is better. Hold on. This is what it looks like. So you guys don't get seasick. Let me point it. So here is your toggling of your screens. I should have done this earlier. And the chat, I don't know why it's showing up on the left-hand side, because looking at it over here, it's on the right-hand side. It's almost like a mirrored screen, if that makes any sense. But look how cool this is. You go over to captions, and then you go to graphics. Look at their countdowns. You're not going to hear me, so look at this. Look how cool this is. And then you can pull that off. And then they have overlays. Look how cool these overlays are. These are so awesome. This is so cool. I actually am liking this program better than StreamYard, to be honest. And they do have price ranges. So if you go pro, this is your options. I'll wait until it pops up on my phone because I don't know when this will pop up on YouTube. Okay, if you pay monthly, the standard is $19 a month, where StreamYard charges you $25. You get professional for $49 a month, and you get the premium over here for $99 a month, and it tells you what your features are. Or you can pay annually and get cheaper, which your $19 a month now becomes $16. Your $49 a month becomes $41, and your $99 becomes $83. And that's if you pay it all at once. I probably would do the monthly, because the monthly can cancel at any time. And then it's cool though. I really like this. Oh my goodness, Sandy, you know what I just realized? I could put my cam up like this and it doesn't show my computer dimensional like it did earlier, how it was shown at like 3D. I can actually show the art I made in animations. I'll have to go back through my folder and show some of the animations I used to create back in the day. But anyways, so this is your screens. And when you popped up here, Pitt, you show up right underneath this side. Your video come up, and then there's a little toggle button for me to allow you or remove you from the stream. And I kept hitting allow. You're showing up, but it's not letting you talk. Your box shows up with the letter P in the middle of it. But this is cool because over here it allows you to add your own logo. It has an overlay and the plus sign for you to put in overlays that you make yourself. This is really cool. So this is the graphics part. Let's see what else they have on here. Oh, you can do backgrounds. That's what this is like. How cool are these? These two are new. So they have like a background section. Default graphics. This is cool. Then there's captions. It says Restream allows you to stream live to 30 plus social platforms at once. This is what you get if you pay for it too. Do your part to support the people of the Ukraine. Oh, that's kind of cool. They have a fundraiser for the Ukraine. We are live with Restream. Restream create professional videos, chat with viewers in real time. And then over here you have your chat. And it shows you all typing in. And here's your pinned messages. Let me see if this shows. Pop up. How cool is that? It's got a pinned message that comes up in your view. And then you can hide it. I'm still learning. And then here's a chat overlay. How cool is this? This is so cool looking. Look at this. They have overlays where you can put funky stuff in here. I love stuff like this. I'm sorry. I just think it's fun. Okay. And there's back to messages. Up here, there's a recording. You can pre-record. It's just fun. Invite guests, share the screen. Then here's settings. And it gives all your video and your virtual background. Virtual background requires a cable device to run. Turn it on anyways. Okay, let me see what this does. Oh, neat. So what does this mean? Oh, this is kind of cool. Sorry. Okay, we're not going to do those. Okay, audio, video. Okay. Participant's name, automatic screen share. This is cool. Okay. Sorry, I have to play with the buttons. Hey, Kylie. I know, Sandy. That's how I feel. It's a new toy. But I wanted to do a live stream so that I could share stuff. And when I do new stuff, I do like to share it with people because sometimes, people aren't real tech savvy. And I took computer courses and I loved it. I love doing help desk, but my specialty that we found when I took classes, I could care less about hardware. That's the meals in the class. I like downloading programs and learning the operating system. That's my specialty. So when you give me a new program and you hear me giggle, it's because, yes, I got a new toy. And I've always been like this. Like back in the day when I was on Yahoo, they had Yahoo Messenger, they had Yah Elite, they had all these different programs you could use. Yah Elite was hard, but I figured it out. I like figuring out programs and configuring stuff when I download them. That's one of the things I do love to do about tech. The rest of it I could care less, but I do love new programs. I think they're fun. So when you first sign up, you do your name, your email and a password. And then you have to set up to what? It'll ask you where. You could do YouTube lives on this. You can do Facebook lives on this. You could set up to whatever destinations that you want to pick. They give you a list. I don't know how to find it being signed in, but let me see. Let me see. Let me push the button. Okay, add source. And this here lets you add extra cameras, presentations, video storage, background music. You can do all kinds of stuff with your stream in this one. This one here, I was trying to figure out if I could show you. Let me see something. Okay, it'll say add destination. Let me see. This does it. Okay. This is what I was trying to find. So these are the platforms it'll let you add. When you add a destination and you want to be live in more than one place, it gives you the choice of Facebook Live, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, which is new on here, LinkedIn, Telegram, DLive, Daily Motion, Trovo, MX Cloud, Kyoki TV, Nerd TV. This just goes to show you more options that you can go live at once. So these are other platforms people can even check into, especially gamers. They like to do different platforms, but these are, you got Wowza, all these different places you can stream at the same time. Bibly, never heard of it. I never heard of half of these. I know DLive. I've had DLive before. I wasn't impressed with their setup, so I deleted them. I know a lot of gamers like Twitch. Me, it'd be Facebook, YouTube. I do have Twitter. I'm not a big fan of Twitter, though. Twitter's kind of, I think it's really hard to grow on Twitter. But these are your platform choices. And then you just hit the back area and hit close. This was under, it says live stream with Restream, and it's got edit title and then edit destination on my icon from YouTube. I clicked on the icon and then add destination came up, and then click add destination and it pulled up that list. Mostly all programs you get are basically the same. Like StreamYard and Restream are basically the same. It's just the buttons are in different places. And chat used to be the same. When you downloaded MSN or Yahoo or ICQ, any of them, it's basically they're all the same. It's just that when you open them, the buttons are moved around. And that's something I learned early on. So the best thing to do when you get a new program on your computer is do what I just did today. I came live just to see what this was like, and push buttons, people. Push every single button you see. Do not give me launching for missiles to blow up stuff, because I probably would hit every button and blow something up. But when you give me a computer program, I always push the buttons because I want to see what everything does. So, but you don't want to do that with something that's it's a bomb. I probably will blow everybody up. Yes, I love it. I am Daria. I love it. I do. This is so cool. And my camera holds it steady. Oh, let me see if I can do this. Hold on. I'm going to try. I don't think I have it. Okay, this is an example. I have over here. It's not showing my icons. What the heck? I guess maybe it has a computer protection, or maybe it's on the other side. Wait a second. Since this is mirrored, there they are. They're on the opposite side. So this is my desktop shortcut. I always do a shortcut. Excuse me. A shortcut called This Is My PC. So this is my external hard drive. It's a Toshiba. And when you open it up, I have everything backed right here. So this here is, I got email keepers, digitals for junk journals. Oh, that reminds me, I got to download the latest Foxy Rag. Okay, Tracy Fox is she's in the UK and she's a creator. She's does digitals and she's in the crafting community and I really love her. They have Foxy Rag's issues because she goes by Foxy Rag. This is her issues that you can download from her Etsy store. I don't want to show the whole thing, but I might be able to show the cover. She takes people who she knows as crafters on YouTube and they created a magazine. And this is issue 1. I can show some of my goodies. Yeah, we can show the cover page. We just can't show what's inside of them. So this is what you get. The whole magazine is a PDF file, and you can copy it off, and it says featured new shops and new channels. And there's her logo with the little fox. It says Foxy at the bottom. So I really like, she does mixed media artists and all the people on here. You can actually be featured if you talk to her in one of her magazines. She's really awesome. So there's that. I don't think I have any of my animations on this one. So when I did my Gothic journal, looky here, people. When I did Gothica, this is the digitals that I used. I save all of them in a folder. This is one of the digital pages that I printed off on cardstock. I keep everything organized on my external hard drives so I know where to get them. Let me turn this back so you can see my little digital folders. And one of the doors in Gothica, this is one of the doors. And what I did was no, this looks like one of the doors, but it isn't. Wait a minute. Some of the pictures I used and some I didn't. Here's one. There's one. And what I did was I printed this off and then I cut around the doors and down the center to make this open. So this is one of the doors that I put in my journal. And then the poems that I used, I had to crop down to fit them. This is what one of the pictures looked like. These were the Gothic poems that I found. And if they were signed by the artist, I made sure that the signature was in there, let people know. But I took him off and just used the words. But this is when you build a junk journal, this is what it takes. Is you find all your pieces, you put them in a folder like I do, or unless they're physical. And then this here is one I made. This is a copy. I found this picture on Pinterest. And then I added welcome to my tranquility because I love playing with my art program. And I actually made this to where it's shadowed. I have that feature. And then this here was extra um, pieces that I found on the web. And I just made it, I pieced this together to make it a border. And then I put it together. And how you do this, I can show stuff. This is my art program, so you know what I'm using. Yeah, it's going to show everything backwards because I don't know why this is mirrored, but that's the way it works. Here is the art program I use. Hold on, I'm going to pull it up. This is Paint Shop Pro. And I have done tutorials on MSN where I taught people how to make animations. Like this is the regular program, and then built inside of it is the launch animation shop. So this is my animation creator. And I have been using this program since like 2007, 8, around there. It was early. I've been on the web a long time, since like 2001. So this is where I create my animations in this part. And the interesting thing, like this program is a lot of fun. It just is. So you could do like, you can put water animation. You could take a complete still picture, make it ripple. You can add rain. So we'll do a new, and you resize this however you want it. It's in pixels or inches, but this particular program is not easy because this was like popular in the UK, where there's a different one popular in the United States. And I don't use that one. I use this one. So I learned how to do this one by pixels, because if you do it by inches, you can't see anything. So like, for instance, we'll do like a background fill in. Let's pick blue because we know that's my favorite color. So there's blue. I'll just do a still thing just to give you an idea what I play with over here. And also I can undo this, and there's things called gradients on here. Okay, gradients is under this window. You click into the color, and these are gradients. And I love these because they're like two-tone colors and they're rippled. And we'll use like a black to a blue. And we do a fill. That gives you more of a solid color. If you use just the paint palette, you can hit it double time to make it darker, but I like the gradients because the gradients are darker. And then, okay, let me give you an example. I could do this for hours. This is what gets me lost in the web. Because one time I did a creation, it took me like 6 hours to do it because you just get so lost in this stuff. Let me pull up, let's see here. Can we do this one? I'll do something simple. I had been wanting to show you this so bad, Sandy, for the longest time. I don't want to upgrade my viewer. I mean, come on. You're not going to open up a regular JPEG. Oh, my goodness. Why do computers got to be ridiculous? Okay. So this over here, it's a PSP format. I'm going to open up. Well, it's not going to do anything either, really. Hold on. This is what's on my desktop. This is what a Paint Shop profile looks like. It's called .psp. It looks like a piece of paper with a number 8 and a red on it. Okay, so when I open that up, this is how I made my Sunny Fun Time Mail logo. Why aren't you moving? Whatever. I'm going to click into it, and I'm going to copy it. Because it's on a checkered background, it'll go right into here as a layer. So we're going to paste as a new image. Nope. Give me a minute. It's been a while since I've done this. Copy, paste as a new layer. Come on. New selection. There you go. So you paste this as a new selection. You can put it anywhere you want it. You can put one here. You can paste one up here. You can put one over here. Just keep pasting as a new selection. And then you can put one here. Just so you know, I wasn't planning on doing this today, but this is fun. And then, okay, say I want to do... We're going to go back to the A, which is your lettering. So we're going to go up here and you pick out what style of font you want to use. So let's go with, let's see what I want to do. We have engraving. We have Forte. Got all these cool looking fonts. And here we'll do imprint and T-shadow. Okay, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to pick like a, maybe like a white color. Let's see how we're going to do this. We'll get out of gradients and go to color. We'll do white and we'll have it, I don't know if this will be outlined in black. I always forget which way to toggle this. We'll check it out. Okay. Let's do Sandy. Okay, that's the black. I have to switch these colors around. Wait a minute. So we'll make this black. It's the top that's the outline. And then the second color is your inside. Okay. Better. So I'm going to make this for Sandy. We'll put SA. Okay, it's too big. So I got to resize my font. We'll go to 48. That was at 72. So we'll do Sandy. This is how I make my thumbnails for my YouTube, by the way. And we'll hit apply. Now I'm going to undo apply. Hold on a minute. I messed up. Why isn't it? Oh, there we go. You want to make it to where it still can float so that I can move this where I want it to go. So we'll do this like right here. And then we'll stretch it out a little bit. We'll make Sandy's name a little bigger. Because there is a big jump in the font. It jumps from like 48 to 72. And I don't want 72 because it's too big. The 48 is kind of a little too small. So then once you get that, you go up to where it says selections and you put select none. So there, voila. Say you want to have a border. You go up to image, add borders. This just makes it flat. And then say we'll put a white border on Sandy. Now I have this tool called the magic wand. And I love the magic wand. It'll click just that part. And then you could go up to effects. Watch how cool this is. You can change this to a mosaic. And when you unselect it, it gives it like these little black dots all through the white. And it is such a cool border. Or you can go back and not only do that part, but you can go up to 3D and you can do a chisel effect, which gives you a little bit more dimension to your picture. Back out of it, go to drop shadow, which it might not show on this. It shows a little bit because it is a dark color already. Or you can go up here and you can go to buttonize. And when you buttonize it, It gives it a different color, but also a different dimension. And it's just like any other program I play with. I play with the buttons. Okay, now let's see. So launch animation. It might not work because I have the program already open. It won't. I have to have it open and then minimized. What do I have in this? Oh, we have one of my favorite tools I like to play with. It's called the Picture Tube tool. And this is fun because you have a drop-down list of things you can play with. And it has, let me see if I can show this. It would be this way. This drop-down button over here to the right, it's got a whole bunch of different things in it. Like it's got confetti and rocks and pine cones and leaves. So say I want to click on a leaf and I want to add a leaf to Sandy's picture. There's a whole bunch of different ones in here, but look how cool this is. The leaves that's on my cover screen, when you go to my channel and you see those leaves, that's how I put these on here. It's this tube tool. Look how cool this is. Dot, 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 dot. And all you do is dot it. And it's a whole bunch of leaves. Is that like not the cutest thing in the world? Okay, now we're going to back out of all that. Where did it go? I lost my backed out button. Wait a minute. My undo button disappeared. Okay, Tammy, you gotta go find it. Go into your view. Go to your toolbars. Standard. That's what I took off, my standard toolbar. Okay, now we're going to back out of this again. Okay, now say I want to... Why are you being a pain in my butt? There you are. Okay, say I want to add confetti to Sandy's picture. I can do that too. Look, I can put confetti in here. And what's fun is you can find anything on the web to do this with. And all you have to do is go to the destination of the folder that this is in, because this program, Paint Shop Pro, puts all your stuff in a folder. So I can add anything I want to this. I could go find a picture of a marble or a picture of anything, lightning, whatever, turn it into a tube and save it as a tube. And then I could put it in here and use it. There's fall leaves. And you can resize these. You can make them big. You can make them little. I'm going to give you some bugs. Sandy, I'm going to give you a bug. Look. This has got spiders. It's like, this is like the coolest program ever. And this was like $900 back in the day. Hey, James. This was like $900 back in the day, and the guy from IT Tech gave this to me. Look, Miss Sandy, we're walking on you. We got footprints. So this is a fun art program to play with. Like I said, I've been playing with this for years. Oh, there we go. We're going to give Sandy a spider. Sandy, I'm bringing my spiders over my basement. So my spiders don't look that spooky. Okay. So now that we got that, let me see. There's even airplanes on here. Look how cool this is. We'll give her an airplane. So we got Sandy with airplanes. You like airplanes, Sandy? And if you don't like where they set, you just got to move your tool around to figure out where you want them. And each time you click, you don't know what color plane you're going to get. So that's why I play with them, because you get a different one every time. This is a cool program. It really is. And I've been wanting to do a demonstration, but I couldn't figure out how to set it up. Let me get another one in here. There's a green one, and that's pretty. So there, you got a couple planes on your picture now, Sandy. What else can we add to Sandy's picture? I was going to add a little bit of animation, but right now I'm just going to do the still stuff, because animation, it gets more complicated. So we have a Sandy picture with airplanes on it. We got her name on it. And then let me get the magic wand back here. We're going to play more with the border. So you can go to the border, and let me go over to effects. There's so many things you can do with effects. There's a sunburst. And then, of course, you have to adjust settings to get certain effects to show better. Here's a kaleidoscope. Look at the kaleidoscope, how cool that is. It gives it like a black and white intertwined feature. I don't know if you guys can see the color changes or not. And then we can go down here. They have weave. They have embossing. Here's embossing. They got all kinds of texture. Here's a mosaic. But since I only use black and white, that's all the colors you'll see. So there's a mosaic look. And then we go down here. We go to, let's do embossing. You see the change? It embossed it. And then let's see here. I was going to try to give something different. Here's a pattern. Here's a rotating mirror. So there's another one. Now that added some blue down here and some black up in here. It's like each thing does something different, and it is so cool. Whoops, I took away your airplane. But that's how you play with these. And then there's also, if you don't want to do like a color border, they have borders that you can build in. So for instance, if you don't want to do color, you can go to image, go to picture frames. And then picture frames, look how cool this is. They have, look at that. It's like a cloud. I hope you guys can see this. Wait a minute. See how it made it cloudy? So that's another style border that gives it a cloud look. And then when we were done, we would add our watermarks. And what your watermark was, you could put it, I don't know if I have my watermark set up on this. It was where the tube tool was, that I did the little pictures with. I don't have it done on this one because I uploaded this from another computer and I just didn't put it in. But they have paint brushes on here. You can paint, you can airbrush, you can warp brush. There's so many things that you can do with this program. It's crazy. They have erasers. Like if you have a picture that you're trying to cut out, you can erase. And then you can save this as, I can save it as an animation. These are all the drop downs of extensions you can give this. It can be saved as a PNG, a JPEG, a GIF to put it into the animation, anything you want it to be. We're going to save it as a JPEG. And I'm going to put Sandy image. And then we're going to save it to my desktop. And whenever you do this, it asks you to compress it because it flattens it all. Or you can go up here to effects or layers, I mean, and it'll have promote background layer, or it'll have flatten merge. You merge down and that merges it for you so that the picture's done. You don't want to merge it till you're finished. And then it's done. You go over here in the corner. No, I don't want to save the data. And there's the picture. It's finished. And this is what it looks like. And you're done. But we used to take across the bottom and put our watermark to let people know, like you could put your initials or whatever and sign them to let people know you did it. And that's all you did. Sandy. So now I'm going to go over here and I will pull up Facebook. I should already be signed in. Probably not. You're going to be a pain in my butt today. I'm telling you, Facebook, you shouldn't be making me sign in my accounts every single time. Which one did I use for this one? I think. This should be my main account. Yeah, there we go. So we go in here and I'm going to message Sandy because I like picking on my Sandy. And then I'm going to attach file. I'm going to go to her Sandy picture and I'm going to send it to her. There you go, Sandy. I made you a picture. And she can do whatever she wants with it. She could use it as her thumbnail on YouTube. She could put it wherever she wants. And there's a picture. But when you do if you look at my main page on YouTube, we'll pull up Firefox and I want to show you something real quick. Okay, we're going to go to my channel. And this whole banner right here, I created with that program. My whole banner at the top. This is what I used to create it. And my thumbnails. All my thumbnails. The only thing that's bad about using stuff on YouTube is it's very specific on size. YouTube is very picky on the sizes that you use, so you've got to be careful. Now, when I did this, I had to redo it like 3 times to get it actually to the center because there's only specific sizes. You can't just create a picture like I did for Sandy and then upload it and then YouTube resize it. You think YouTube would do any of the work for you, but no, it doesn't. So what I do with my thumbnails is completely different because I have to size them. So going into, for instance, let me see which folder they're stored in. So this just kind of gives people ideas. If you want to create your own thumbnails, this is my pictures for YouTube. And you hold the cursor. This is the dimensions of 506 by 321. And that's pixels actually in the program I just used. And then this one is 321, 506 by 321 is what each of these sizes are. So when I pull up the brand new, when I had the program open, and I pulled up new, which means from scratch. The sizes right here, I have to put the width and the height of what YouTube allows. So if they allow 506 by 321, that's how I have to put it in here. Then I click OK, and it opens up the window right here in that size. So you know what size YouTube allows. And then when you put the thumbnail in here, whatever you want to create for your thumbnail, when you save it, it's automatically going to save that size to use on YouTube. But you can't just do any. You know, a lot of sites you go to, you can make the picture in any size you want. And then when you go to upload it, like say Facebook or something, it'll give you like a circle. It does it on Etsy too, where you can adjust your sizes. YouTube is not forgiving like that. So you better know the sizes when you go to create your banners and your thumbnails. So all of my thumbnails are the same size to do this, and they just fit in the slots. So that's a tip for people that want to create their own thumbnails and banners for YouTube. And then you just upload. But I like doing this. I love art. I mean, what can I say? This is what I learned when everybody else was doing scrapbooking. This is what I have mentioned in my videos before. I did digital before I did real. Like I never was a scrapbooker or collected paper and all that kind of stuff. Everything was online. So I never had no clutter. And we joined groups on MSN where we shared font styles. Like there was a whole bunch of people connected in this interconnection. We had people who created digitals and things like that, like Halloween and all this stuff. So I've got tons of art supplies when it comes to digital. I just don't know what's copyrighted and what isn't, because we played games with it. We didn't make money off of it. We used to play MSN games where you checked in and it had like, you checked in your name or the last word and you created a funny picture and put the last word on it. That's the kind of stuff that I learned to do clear back in the early 2000s. So when it came to junk journaling, I had no idea because I'd never scrapbooked. I've never done like real stuff. So I just did this and printed it and used it. And I actually have I'll show you. I actually have a book I started with one of my grandsons clear back in the day. They're 13 now. And this is what I mean by what I learned digitally first. So the junk journaling community is new to me. So let me get this down here where you guys can see it. Okay. We're going to point this back down. And this is what I was doing. Let me get this focus right first. Oh my gosh. It's backwards, so it's it's different. It's mirrored. So I had these 2 scrapbook albums that I bought that are still in plastic. And this is what I did. The airplanes I just added to Sandy's. This is my grandson, Angelo. So what I would do is I would go through and I would find borders and animations. This is all flat. This is all done digitally. I found giraffes. I'm not selling this, so it doesn't matter if this is copyrighted or not. This is more what I wanted to do as a scrapbooker, and it was all printed. I used to go through ink like crazy, but see, the borders are booties. And then this is the albums and the stuff I created. When everybody else was doing scrapbooking, this is what Tammy was doing. All digital. I would go find pictures. Look at that. He looked like the saddest pumpkin ever. Look at him. He looks so sad. And this was Halloween. And I created the borders, and the backgrounds are gradients. This was all in that art program I just showed you. And I did Angelo's first Christmas. And I took smiley faces that were animated and made them unanimated. And this is my husband with, look how young Mike looked. Oh my God. This is Angelo and Pappy. And this was his first year. This is when I had him outside and he touched grass for the first time. This is him crawling. and I used the borders that I have in the program that look like real picture frames, but they're not. This is all digital. And Sandy, I'm finally able to show you my digital stuff. I'm so excited because I haven't been able to show because I couldn't get my camera adjusted. And then this is Steven when he was born, my other grandson. And I had pictures of animated elephants. And I can open animation and copy and paste them as JPEGs. And then this is when they were born. Look how cute. Look at him. That was my daughter's like, what are you doing with my son? That was my headset. He was listening to music. I had kids' music on my computer. He's like zoned out. And then this is Mike sleeping with him. He's like, yeah, Pap, I ain't going to sleep. But these were fun. These were a lot of fun to create. There's a mouse that's actually with a parachute. And then here's Angelo and Steven together. And then this is Steven sitting in a box on Christmas with a bow on his head. These are the things you tease him about later. And then we had the tree that's actually dying in my yard right now. We moved here and replanted it. We brought it with us. And that was the first time Steven touched a leaf. He saw the tree and he wanted to touch it. These are the moments I love about babies. And then this was a flower and he wanted to touch it when we were playing outside. And this is Bubbles. I had Bubbles in my program. And this is what I did. So that's my digital world. That's the stuff that I would create before I became a junk journaler. Oh my goodness. Yes, Daria, I am so passionate about the things I do. I really am. Hey, James. James snuck in. Thank you for sharing. James, everybody, is a great place to go and network. Him and his wife, Samantha, do their stream. Hey, Gavin. So this is my passion. I do a variety of stuff. I like doing a variety of stuff on my channel. And this is one of the things I really love to do is digitals. I have always loved to do digital stuff. As soon as I was introduced to the program, I was like a fanatic with it. And I have other digitals saved on my external hard drives, but I did both of the grandsons to their first year. I was going to do their first 5, but I kept running out of ink. And back then, I didn't know about Insta Ink. So it was very costly. It was like $70-something to buy 2 cartridges. And if you ordered online, you had to pay shipping. It's like $90 now. So when I found out about HP Insta Ink, Now I could go to town on this. I wish I would have had this stuff when at the time I was creating them, because Instant Ink's amazing. You pay like whatever plan you want. Like if you want 50 pages a month or whatever, I always have like 250 rollover pages, and I only pay like $3 and something a month. And it definitely saved me a lot of money. So people don't hear of Instant Ink. It's a constant. It comes out. I have it set up through my PayPal, and it'll take out like 3 to 5, depending on what you want. Even if you want a never ending plan, it's still only $10 a month to print as much as you want. So it's like, it still beats paying 70 and 90 bucks. So yeah, I'm impressed with Instant Ink. Michelle Scott told me about it, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then if you invite a friend to do Instant Ink, you get a month free, and so do they. So it's really, really cool, the stuff that, you can learn and do on here, especially when you meet the right people. Hey, White Shoulders. How are you? And I do love the community. When you get the right people, you can have a really good community on YouTube. You really can. I'm going to stick James's stream in here, because I'm telling you, I was stuck. I really was on like, I think it was like, I don't even think I even told James this. I was on like 1600, it was like 2,500, 2,600 round in there. I could not grow my channel anymore. It just like wouldn't go anywhere. And I had been a part of James's channel, and I just didn't take the time out to work it. And then I started working it, and he's actually helped me get 300 more people to my stream. And even though you might gain 10 people, lose 10 people, because you do have your people out there that are just trying to gain people, stay with it. Keep visiting people's channels. Keep working at it. But this is James's channel. If you want to network and you want to meet some really good people, this is the stream you want to go to. And he'll teach you the ins and outs. You have any questions about monetization, he'll answer them for you. Yes, they are. And he'll take the time and answer. Just, go in, be nice, be courteous, and don't just go in. We had this talk about emojis. You guys know I love my emojis. But when you use emojis, you don't just use emojis. You don't go in people's streams and never type words. The whole point of networking is talking to people. I don't talk through emojis. I like show expression. Like when I go into a stream and I do the little hug emoji, that's different when you're saying hello to everybody and you use an emoji. But there's people that just spam emojis and they never talk to you. That's when it becomes spam. So he talks about that on his stream. Because I don't want people coming in here just using emojis all the time either. You wouldn't have any conversations. I'm a conversationalist. So yeah, I like my conversations. But he'll teach you the ins and outs. Like he probably knows a lot being monetized, what gets you striked and things like that. And you just ask. And that's one of the things I like about the community, is that we share information. Like last night, I had no clue that Restream even existed. I was using StreamYard, and I was not impressed with their customer service. And I was talking about it, and 2 people said, Tammy, have you ever tried Restream? This is what Restream looks like. It's got a lot of the similar setups as StreamYard, but I like the overlays in it better. It's got a lot more buttons. Wait a minute. It is kind of mirrored. Hold on. This way. I'm still working out the kinks with my camera. Okay. Yes. And this is your chat here. And then here is your main stream. And when you invite somebody, they come up right here, and it's got a little button. You move over and it'll let them up. It's cheaper than StreamYard. I don't know. Right now, this is new to me. I just downloaded it today. So, this is new. I'm making sure that the quality is good. Like the voice quality, the camera quality. I want to see how it holds up during a storm, and stuff like that. Does it go digitally? I don't know. But when you go up here, this is where my icon is for YouTube, and you click on it. These are all the other platforms you can use. It says add destination, and it gives you Twitch, Twitter, D-Live. It's got all these different places you can use it where you can stream all these places at the same time. This is pretty cool. And then you back arrow it or close it, and then you're done. Here is your different, when you have somebody come up and you split your screen. They do have a paid for version of this. And let me see if I can remember. Over here it says Go Pro. These are your plans. I'm on it for free right now on the basic. I have no clue how many hours you get or nothing like that on the free. I don't know. I'm new to this. Monthly you can pay or annually. Okay, they have annual discounts. Your monthly, your standard is $19 a month instead of $25 that you pay for StreamYard, so you even save money. Professional is $49 and your premium's $99. If you pay annually, the $19 becomes $16, the $49's $41, and the premium is from $99 to $83. The difference between all the plans are, I don't know the basic, I don't know the free, like everything the free offers, but the lowest you get stream recordings for up to 6 hours. You can stream on guest channels, unlock Facebook pages, groups, and custom RTMP streaming. Stream up to 5 channels, no stream branding. So the brand disappears, and you have team 2 total seats, whatever that means. And then over here on the professional, you can stream recordings for up to 10 hours. And then the highest is 20 hours. And this one you can stream 8 channels. Like, you just got to read, what each of them offers. So there's that part. But I think this is really cool. And it has a chat up here in the corner. It has captions. And then it has graphics. Now look how cool the graphics is. I was showing this earlier. Wait a minute. It's going to cut me off. You're not going to be able to hear me. Look at their countdowns. You know how StreamYard's like a minute something? This is by these are shorter. So here we go. I'm going to show you what they have for your countdowns. So those are your countdowns, or you can add your own. You could upload one. And then here's your overlays. Aren't these cute? Or you can upload your own, which that would be really fun to create my art program and bring my own in. And then down here, I'm not exactly sure how the backgrounds work, but they have, I'm clicking on the backgrounds, but they're not working. So I don't know if you have to have a separate channel for those, maybe. I don't know. Not sure on this part. I don't know. So I'm not sure on that yet. And then has something to do with news on here, and it has something to do with rounded. Okay. Oh, duh. These are how you show your name. The name shape changes. That's the default. There's the news. And then you can have your name rounded showing on the screen. Well, that's cool. See, I'm still learning this, so bear with me. And then here's captions, and then you have chat. I know, aren't they nice? And they don't start like at a minute something. They start at like 50 seconds. But this is really cool. I'm really liking this. Now, when you invite your guest, you put their StreamYard link. You have an invite. They show up in a separate box over here. And like I said, there's a little dot that you move over, and it'll allow them on your stream. And it does a split stream. And you can even add color around you and the other person. I had Tupac up on here earlier and we were playing with it. So that is like super duper cool. It's got a lot of cool features to it, and I'm sure there's a lot I got to learn. I don't know what it'll open up to when you pay for it, but I want to try it out. And then down at the bottom, it says need help. And you click on the help, and you can search articles, or you can send a message and start a conversation. And I like this feature because you can do it while you're sitting here live. Like if you have a problem and you don't know, like right in the middle of your stream, you can actually contact them right here while you're live and ask them a question. It says send a message. Well, I like that feature. Okay, now how do I make the box go away? There's no X. Okay, wait a minute. Where did I find it? Okay, you hit the arrow on need help, it'll make it disappear. Oh my goodness. Push buttons, people. Just don't do it when there's a bomb involved. But that's what I do. I push buttons. Hey, Tim. Tim, please don't type that in the chat. If people want to like and share your stream, they'll do it on their own. Not being rude, but we don't do that in here. When you come into a networking stream, you don't ever have to ask people to like and share your stream. You just have somebody post your link for you or something like that. That's all you do. We do that without being asked. That's the whole point of a networking stream. And you never go into somebody's live stream and say, hey, I'm live, come and visit my channel, because it's rude to the host. Because when you do stuff like that, you're trying to take people from the live stream. And that's how YouTubers see it. So you just don't. It's a big no-no. I never did that to somebody's stream. I would never even dream of doing it because it's common sense. But I guess some people in the world don't have common sense, or they wouldn't have plastic bags when you open up your blow dryer saying, please don't put this over your head. Well, I wouldn't dream of doing that in the first place, but you know, you have those kind of people. And welcome from James's stream, because James is a really cool network person. And it is good because Tim does have his tab open. And what I mean by that, this is Tim's channel, just to give you an example. If you go to Tim's channel and you go to his community tab up here where it says homes, videos, playlist, and community, See where it says channels right there? This is all open. And I really, really like this when people have their channels open on their YouTube, because when you go into your analytics, I was showing this to a couple people because some people have this set to private. Some of it's defaulted to private and you don't know. You go over to your YouTube Studio. This is an app I have on my phone. And if you go down to where it says View More under Performance, let me get to the right page. It's not working. Hold on. I want to get to what I showed people earlier. Okay, you hit View More, and across the top, you'll see Overview, Content, and Audience. When you click on Audience and you scroll down, it tells how people find your channel, or content, I mean. You go to Content, and it'll tell you how your viewers find you. And people are finding me through channel pages. Instead of going up to YouTube search, I only had 16.8% find me on a YouTube search. I had notifications only 12.9, which those are very low numbers. Channel pages being open and people find you through other, I got 24.1. And then for browse features. And the browse features is like, say somebody's looking for Daphne Diaries or something in my title. That's what's bringing them to my channel. And males. Yes. I hardly had any males viewing my channel, and now I've got 47.1. Thank you. Because I had mostly females. So now it's 47.1 males that's watching and 52.9% females. And then it gives you an age range. And then it'll come down here and it'll give you your countries that are watching you. Of course, I have mostly United States. I did have Australia and Japan and the Philippines in there. Now it's United States, Netherlands, and United Kingdom. So very cool. Very, very cool. But this tells you what's going on in your channel. And I find that very interesting that you can look this kind of stuff up with your little YouTube Studio app. I like it. Hey, Tim, welcome back. So this is cool. But when you notice, every channel you go into, they're going to have their own rules for how they like to approach things and how they like to promote channels and do things. So you got to respect the rules of the channel owner. I will fight you for emojis, but I can calm them down if I have to. Hey, Paul. I like my emojis, but I can tone them down. Just don't block me for using emojis, because I went into a stream one time. They had their Nightbot set to block anybody that used emojis, and I got blocked as soon as I entered. I'm like, what? Don't be blocking me for a smiley face. So there you go. Daria is my biggest cheerleader. And I was showing my Restream is the program I'm using instead of StreamYard right now. So this is different. It is really cool setup. I wanted to share it with people that never heard of it. And you can try it for free if you're interested, because I know some people like StreamYard. I'm not impressed with them after they took my 24-hour stream away from me. So I'm trying something different. And this is Restream that I'm on. And it's really cool. And it has free feature and paid features that are definitely cheaper than StreamYard. And the layout is really cool on this. And you can stream on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. It's got a whole bunch of places that you can stream on at the same time. It's got cool overlays, cool countdowns. I really like this program. I do. I like the layout because it's more buttons to push and it's more specific. But I wanted to check the audio, the visual, because this is my desktop over here. But I wanted to check it out, and I wanted to show people what the layout looks like. And this is, I pulled this list up before. You click on your icon, add destination. These are all the places that you can stream with us, platforms. So this is really a very interesting program. I like it, but I really like the graphics. I think the graphics are really cool. Let me put up a overlay. So we'll leave this up for now. That is so cool looking. Or you can add your own. And you know what I'll be doing? I will take and find out what size fits in here. I'll create my own overlay with a bunch of horses running around. And I'll stick it up here because we know I love my horses. But there's a picture. And then here's a picture. They got some really cool stuff over here to play with. And I showed the video clips earlier. In your name, you can make it rounded. You can square it like the news. You can leave it at default. And here's the rounded version. I'm going to leave my name rounded on the screen. It's not real big, though, when you round it. But this is really, it's really cool. I really like it. And when somebody comes up on your stream and your panel, they come right here. And you have a little button that you move over to let them join you. And then here's your chat. Your chat's over here. Yes, I love my horses. So this is really cool. I'm really impressed with this program. I love my horsies. You're welcome. So we're going to play with this for a while, and this is also compatible not just with Google Chrome, and that's another thing I like about it, because I can only use StreamYard on Google Chrome, and this Restream, your default is what allows you to use it. I like Firefox, so I can use this on Google Chrome or Firefox. It's for both, so I was happy with that too. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm going to play with this stream. And if I end up liking it, StreamYard's going bye-byes. But I want to try this in different temperatures. Like if we have rainstorms and things like that. Because I'm just not happy with StreamYard after what they did to my 24-hour stream. And I'm allowed to be a disgruntled customer because I was not impressed with them only giving me 6 hours of my 24-hour live stream. Buttholes. And then I told them it was their fault because they're like, well, you're on the basic plan and you only get 50 hours. I'm like, dude, I only use 22 hours of my 50. Give me my video. And they hung up on me. They stopped. They literally hung up on me, their customer service. I was talking to 2 different guys. That's like, what? Because you can't handle that you have a fucking woman smarter than you that's coming in here telling you? I hate that. I hate it. When you call customer service, whether you are a male or a female, and you know what you're talking about, and they treat you like shit because you are actually smarter than they are when it comes to stuff. And he's trying to say, well, you need to blame YouTube because they should give you 12 hours. I said, dude, I showed it last night in my live stream where the 24-hour video is stored is on StreamYard. It is in their cache. It's in the history. I showed it. I proved it. And they won't give it to me because they're being a-holes. I get frustrated. I do. I hate dealing with customer service because they don't listen to you. I feel like the world has come to a point where they don't listen anymore. It's like everybody wants to talk over everybody else, but they don't want to hear what people have to say. And they robbed me. Here was the original video for what I'm talking about. I was dared to do a 24-hour live stream, and I did it. Wednesday to Thursday from 9 p.m. to 9 p.m. And Daria, she kept me awake through most of it. Poor girl. She's my cheering section. People were coming in and out and visiting. This is the original link to that video. 324 views that I got robbed of. And if you click on it, you see it won't let me play it. They took it. So I had to go into Google Chrome, go into the history. I downloaded it from the history, and all they gave me was 6 hours. They turned it to an MP4. It's what it turned into. It didn't even give me the option to choose what I wanted formatted in. So I got it as an MP4, and then I had to re-upload it to my channel. And I stuck in this is what they gave me. They only gave me 6 hours. Here's the link for the 6 hours. It's an MP4 format. And that's it. They wouldn't give it to me. Then I get an email from them. After they disconnect me, I get an email yesterday. Well, no, 3 days ago. Sorry, I got my days and nights mixed up. Here's the email to prove it. It's right here. And it says, hello, from 4:50 to 5:02 a.m. Pacific time, StreamYard experienced issues that caused some users to be unable to do things like create broadcasts, enter the studio, get comments, and go live. You're receiving this email because based on our laws, it looks like you have been affected. Did I not tell you it was their fault? See? They had even admitted it after they hung up on me. Little bastards. This was caused by an issue with one of our providers, Google Cloud. We wanted to let you know the issue has been resolved and you shouldn't have any problems moving forward. Okay? 4 words to give you my 24-hour. I want my 24-hour live stream. That's how they can make it right. And they're not giving it to me. So the way I look at it, even if YouTube doesn't let you post a 24-hour live, you should be able to break it up into a playlist. Am I correct or not? Part 1, 2, 3, and 4. But they won't give me it to even edit it. Oh, it's just so frustrating. So they just took it. But it's still there, sitting in the history. It's still there. It's just frustrating, you know? It really is. It's really frustrating. So I have to suck it up and not get my video because they're not going to release it to me. Brats. Well, thank you for coming in, Seth. You get to hear one of my hissy fits. Okay, and this is how you do it. So Seth comes in. He's so nice. And then you just go. Thank you, Daria. This is Seth's channel. And these are for people that if they happen to come back and they're not in blue and they can't go visit other people's channels. There's Seth's channel. Let me get White Shoulders Farmstead in here. We'll put Farmstead. And I like making everybody blue so that people can come and look. It used to be back in the day, YouTube, you could click on it whether you were in blue or not. Now it's like you can only be a moderator to go to people's channels. I think that's crazy. They should bring that feature back. I wish YouTube would do one thing, because I like everybody being in blue because it's my favorite color anyways. But I wish YouTube would also allow us to have a super mod. like somebody maybe outlined in red, so that some of us that have sales on here or auctions, we can have the super mod in red to help us. We stay in gold and then have our people in blue. But they don't. They probably won't. They don't listen to me. Because I do have live sales on here. And what I have to do is I have to set it up because I've seen people, moderate people. And when they have a live sale, they're like, well, we're going to unmoderate you through this. I don't like to unmoderate people when I moderate them. Unless they act up, that's a different story. But you know what I mean. I just don't like doing that. And you'll go into lives of like, we got to unmod everybody because it's confusing to everybody. And you shouldn't have to do that because one time this happened as a glitch. And YouTube does have glitches. Now, I've only seen this happen once, and I haven't seen it since, but it doesn't mean it won't happen again. Somebody went to do that in their stream, and the blue didn't take. YouTube was having a glitch that day, and every time you try to moderate somebody, they weren't turning into mods until a half hour later. It was absolutely a disaster for the person having the sale because they couldn't unmod and remod people. And that's another reason why I wish they had that feature. Yes, they should have like one in red so that way I can say, okay, I'm having a live sale, and then I can have a person come in red and put in everything that's for sale. Like they can come in and put in am I frozen to you guys? Or no, there I am. Okay. I still see my cursor moving. If like say I have Daria help me and I make her a red mod, and say I'm selling napkins for $1 and she puts in, Eiffel Tower napkins for $1, she'll show up in the red for people to put their me's in. Or, if you're auctioning something or whatever, she can type it in when I'm saying it. That's how your mods help you. And that's, that would be nice. But when you have everybody in blue, it confuses people because people are like jumping on that me trying to get in there. If you only have like 5 sets and you've got 30 people you're selling to, as somebody else types in blue, and it does confuse people. They'll hurry up and put their me in and be like, oh, it's the wrong person. That's why I think it should be in red. Because I'm not going to unmod. Where when we do our sales, my husband will put the me's in and what's for sale. And that way he's gold and he shows up. So I have him under my name, but I'm showing you the product that I'm selling. So I need to do a live sale again. I haven't done one since last June. I'm trying to build up items for the crafting community, but I might do one. I don't know when I'll make the time to do this, but my plan is to do a mixture so that some people can do some Christmas shopping. Because I try to attend estate sales and auctions to be able to get stuff in bulk so that I can help people shop for Christmas easier. And I do keep my prices cheap. And I'm definitely not a capitalist. I don't go out and buy something for $10 and then make you spend 20. I don't do it that way. When I do my auctions, I put in the price I paid for it. So at least I can be reimbursed. And if a person wants to go $1 or $2 over, I'm okay with that too. Like, for instance, I found in our antique mall, I found 2 albums from the 1800s, and they were filled with cabinet cards. Now, most places, because I live in a cheaper state, I'm in West Virginia, we're cheap here. A lot of higher states, you're going to pay $100, $150 or more for those types of albums, but I only paid $50 a piece. I got lucky. I got a really good deal. So when I came on here, I started the auction for 50. So people knew what I paid. I had two people fighting over one of them, and the price came to be 70 that I sold it for, and the other one was 55. And that's okay because I made $25 profit off of both, and I'm okay with that because that was the gas, my time looking for them. Because believe me, my antique mall does not have an air conditioner, and you sweat your butt off when you shop in there. So that was like my gas to get there because it was in a different state and that kind of stuff. So that's okay. That's what the extra money's for, is mainly just my time. But I'm not going to get one for 50 and then come here and expect you to pay $200 for it. I don't work that way because I'm a frugal shopper. So I try to give people the best prices because some people will never touch an album from the 1800s because they're so costly. And I touched my very first book from the 1800s here a few years ago. And it was the most exciting day of my life. My husband's looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm like, oh, it's from the 1800s. And I'm like sniffing it. He's like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I love books like you meant like vehicles or tractors. I like the old books because I sit here and think, who held this? Who took care of it? Whose library did it sit in? I love books. What can I say? So that's how I was with my first book. So people who love books like me, or they like photo albums or things that are ancient, I want to see them have the same reaction. And I don't want to have to charge you a bunch of money to enjoy it because, we have moms on here that are single moms and they can't afford stuff like that. So I try to keep my prices cheaper so that us poorer people can afford it. I'm not rich. So, when I go to auctions, I look for deals. I will say this. I have one book at the top of my bucket list and I probably will never touch it because I've only heard it come up to auction one time and it was way out of my price range. I want a ledger that recorded horse thefts. Back in the day, they used to have ledgers. They recorded people that stole horses in them. I want one of those so bad. And I actually had a friend on here who went to an auction and she said, Tammy, it went to 175 and there was just no way. You can't get a hold of those. That's my bucket list book. I'll never touch it, but it's still on my bucket list. But I thought it was awful. I said, oh my God, it went to 175. She says, yes, there was another guy that wanted it worse than I did. Oh no, that's terrible, White. And hey, Victor. How do you say that? Cabin soy Victor vlog? And I don't mean to be rude. When I get into talking about something, I wasn't reading the screen. Sorry. But that's awful. That's terrible. Because if I read what people are typing, I'm old. I lose my train of thought. And but yeah, it's really cool to own something from the past. But I could just imagine how disappointing that would have been not to be able to go through old books. Oh, I got some really good ones. Alrighty, Shoulders, you have a good one. Thanks for coming. But I got lucky because there was an app where they go in and they take after the family takes what they want. They call this company out of Missouri. It's called Everything But the House, just to give you an idea what I'm talking about. And it's on Google. EBTH, you can call it whatever you want. You go to that website and you sign in and just look. Just browse at the stuff they have. But it's really cool because once the family goes through and they pick out what they want, they actually have this company come in and they clean up the rest of it. They take everything back to Missouri. I don't know if they travel to do this or like how far out they collect things from, but I know that the company is located in Missouri. And they auction off, or if the family wants it to auction off. Like we have a guy here offline. I know a guy in person who he's real well known in one of the churches here. They have him do the cleanup after the family picks out what they want, and then they have a deal with him to where he takes all the rest of the stuff, and because he's doing all the labor, he's using his gas, his truck, he's loading everything. He takes it to a flea market, and they want a split of 20-40. He gets 40%, or no, 40-60, something like that. He gets the higher percent because he's doing all the work, and then they make a percent off what he sells. And they do that. So this is kind of like what this app did. Whoever created this app was pretty brilliant in my eyes, because that's what they do. They go in and then they have everything but the house has an auction, and they'll put it up for like 5 days or whatever. And I'm talking everything, people, but the house, everything. There was even a pink Cadillac on there once. I was like, holy crap. They do dressers, they do jewelry, they do books, they do everything from an estate. And they put it up, and then you bid on it. And then when time runs out, and believe me, it's very excruciatingly heart pumping the last 15 minutes of a sale, because somebody can come in and ninja stuff right off of you. And they do have it to where you can set your bids up to so many increments, like $5 increments or whatever, to outbid somebody automatically when they try to come in and ninja. But then if they exceed your limit, they can still win. I can't tell you how many times I literally sit here and watch the countdown on the last 15 minutes every time I enter, one of their items. That's where I got my first book from the 1800s. And because it was a new app, you didn't have a lot of competition. I got them so cheaply, you would just die. Like, I hardly paid anything. And I've seen people sell stuff on here outrageous, like eBay and all these places. I got a really good deal. But now the app is popular, and there's a lot of people on it, so the prices went up. But they would have albums of, like, entire albums of postcards from the 1800s, all out of copyright. One was an artist. I got 3 of them. Before the app took off, I was jumping on stuff on there. You wouldn't believe some of the stuff I got. So I was very fortunate, but now the prices are so much, I can barely compete on that app now. Because, when word gets out, well, now there's a new app that you can add to your phone. It's called Whatnot. And they have auctions on there all the time. And I'm talking from jewelry to vintage t-shirts to paper items, more postcards, and things that I love. And that's where I've been. I've kind of like left YouTube sales and went to Whatnot because it's a new app and you can get things cheaper. And I got the most incredible photo album from the 1800s. I did a video on it. It has a deer on it. Oh my gosh, is this thing beautiful. And I got it at a steal because it's a new app. But now people are catching on to it. You wouldn't believe it. There was a lady I was watching the other night. I can't afford these prices. I just can't. But it's cool to watch. She was selling Louis Vuitton purses and Michael Kors. We're talking $600, $300 and some dollars. I mean, you should have seen the bids on this woman's channel. I was like, holy crap. But they have everything. And it's called Whatnot. I'll show you what the app looks like. And if I'm an enabler, oh well. This is what the Whatnot app looks like. That little yellow 2 hearts right there. And then when you go into it, there's everybody having auctions. You can pick categories. Like they have a search and everything. It's got vintage clothing, vintage and thrift crafting, Oh my God, the money I've been saving since I've been here looking for stuff. But see, this is what it looks like. I don't know if one of my people's on right now because there's a couple people I actually met on here that's on YouTube. So I've been networking here too. I've met 5 people from Whatnot that added me to my YouTube channel. So this is another place you can go network besides shop. Oh, bling-a-ding-ding's on. Okay, she's on at 7 o'clock today. The only thing that's different about the Whatnot, let me pull this down, compared to YouTube, is when you have a sale on YouTube, you can go back and rewatch your sale, where here you can't. And all their auctions are quick. Like when you go here, you have a bar down here at the bottom. It says bid, and you just click on it to outbid whoever's bidding you. So you got to be very careful with this because you could spend money like there's no tomorrow on here. But let me click into Bling-a-Ding. She's going to be on today at 7. And this is what it looks like. It starts in 1 hour, 45 minutes as she's showing you all her Halloween stuff. There's also a store over here. It looks like a little store picture. You click on it and it shows you all the stuff that's going to be up for auction. You can pre-bid. Sometimes they have a list on buy it now. That means she's already got, like, say, this crow skull necklace for $5. She comes in here, by the way, so you can meet her on YouTube too. She's really nice. You have a buy now where I can purchase this as the auction's going on. Sometimes they have pictures over here and sometimes they don't. But this is all the stuff that's going to be up in her show for auction. But when the live starts, here's a place where you can type hello to people. Like you can do a little bit of chatting. But their countdown is only 30 seconds. That's how fast the auction runs on these. They'll do them sometimes for a minute, sometimes 45 seconds. Most of the time it's 30 seconds, and you better be quick on that bid button to win what you want. But it shows you where you're at on the bid. Like they'll start a bid out for $2. And then you hit the $2 and you can see in the corner who's bidding against you. And if they have beat you, and then you can keep going or you can just let them have it. But this Whatnot app is amazing. It's fast. The only thing that's bad when you can become a buyer or a seller or both. The only thing that's bad on this, though, is you have to figure out your own shipping. Whatnot has it to where I think it's one big price on the first item and then it's 50 cents shipping after, but it's the weight. And you'll hear them talking about it. So you don't have to buy. You can just go in and observe and see what they do. And if there's a person, because there's a lot of eBay sellers on here too. I've met some eBay sellers on here and different people, but it's a really cool app just to check it out. And if you do decide to check out Whatnot, this is another thing that's cool. Let me get my link. If you do decide to check it out, whether you shop or not, hit this link. And anybody that joins under me, I get $10 off as a credit for bringing friends into the app. So you have that too. It's like $10 off your order. You don't get the money. You just get it subtracted. But it's really cool. Me too, Daria. Me too. I love books. Now, me, I have a certain collection. When I get rid of books here in the United States, I have talked to the Goodwill and people at the Salvation Army. And Goodwill here is very good about when you donate books to them, recycling. My whole thing when I started my used bookstores, I didn't want to see books in the landfill. But what I don't sell, I donate to the Goodwill or local Salvation Army because they're feeding people. They're using that money. I'm kind of skeptical on Salvation Army because they say it, but I'm not sure. Goodwill, I know they do. I've checked it in a couple states. So that's usually where my books go. I donate what I don't sell to them so that they can take them into recycling, whatever doesn't sell. So the books in my store get plenty of chances. I show them on my YouTube videos first. Then I show them in the Facebook marketplace for local people to come and pick them up. Then they go into my local community yard sale. What doesn't sell there, that gets donated. That's what I do with all the books in my bookstore. And like I said, I kind of became a dumping ground because people were having yard sales and they weren't selling books, so they started dropping them off outside my door. My books are really cheap. I'm even cheaper than thrift reads. And how I do my books when I start my videos again, because I will be doing book videos again because I do miss my bookstore. Right now, I'm just doing unboxings because you guys are on my journey of crafting. That's why I have a variety channel. I don't stick with one niche. So you guys are seeing all my Sunny Fun Time mails and all of my Happy Mails. Happy Mails are free and they come from friends. Sunny Fun Time without the happy, those are everything I've bought at yard sales, people on the internet having sales, and I will put their channels in, Dollar Tree hauls, all that kind of stuff, because you come with me on my journey of crafting. Everything in my Sunny Fun Time mails is all I own since I started my craft room, which I started on YouTube. I did not have a craft room before YouTube. So that's why I do the Sunny Fun Time mails, because I want you all to be on my journey of crafting. It's nothing to do with rubbing in your face. Oh, she spends money and she's got all this, because it's not true. I budget, but I had a lot of backed up videos because some are current, some aren't, because 5 days a week was my bookstore videos. And when I wasn't, with family on the weekends, that's where the Sunny Fun Time mails came in. The unboxings were supposed to be just Saturdays and Sundays. But when COVID hit and my store shut down, I started really loading the Sunny Fun Time mails to fill the void of the books. So that's why there's so many shopping ones right now, because I haven't been in my bookstore because we had COVID over Christmas. Then we had a water heater break. Me and my husband had a leaky roof where I was storing the books in a different part of our house. Oh my God, it was in another it's been a disaster. So the Sunny Fun Time mails is our fill-ins. They're not what my main channel is about. So, so people just got to put up with the shopping ones for a while until I get back into the books. Right now, I'm taking care of my dog. I'm scrubbing my house down, so I haven't had time. My taxes this year are going to be terrible because I think I only had a few sales at the beginning of the year. But this is just to explain my channel. You don't know what you're going to see because I never know what I'm going to show. I might do a product review one time. I might do a book video. I might do unbox. You don't know what I'm going to do because I'm all over the place. I probably got YouTube even guessing what I'm up to. And I don't want to go with just one niche. That's why it says a variety channel, because that's what I want to be. But right now, you're going to have to put up with shopping because I still got more stored on my computer downstairs. Heck, I have sales from 2 years ago when my computer crashed, and I never even showed those ones yet. I got lots of shopping videos because I had nothing. When I started my craft room, I literally had a bag of yarn, 2 crochet hooks, and a hook rug hook. That's all I had. So everything you're seeing is the building of my crafting life because I wanted to share it with my YouTubers. And if you get into crafting or you're looking for something for a crafter on your Christmas list, I can give you the channels where I buy stuff from so that you can go check them out, or websites even, because I also shop with the cherry on top. and you can compare prices and go shopping. You can support a YouTuber, buy their live sales, or you can go to a website or whatever. And if there's discounts going on at Hobby Lobby, I'll share those too if I'm shopping there at that time. But that's what it's all about. It's never about coveting what another person has, because you can never own everything. There's beautiful things out in the world. I can't afford all of them. I just buy what I can afford. And sometimes I Christmas shop on them. Sometimes my unboxings aren't my items at all. Some of them go into Happy Mails that I ship to other people. I've been Christmas shopping here lately. So some of my items that I show, I'm not even keeping. But when I'm done with my craft room, because I also put some style into it because I've been decorating it, I will do a walkthrough video so you all can see it when it's done, but it's not finished yet. I don't know when that's going to happen because right now I'm dealing with spiders and I'm trying to scrub the top of my house down and get it ready for Christmas. It's a job, people, especially when my microwave is getting ready to blow up. My refrigerator is not cooling like it's supposed to be, but it actually lasted past the years it was guaranteed. So I've been very fortunate with my refrigerator. But we're going to have to replace some appliances soon because they're getting ready to go bad. So I'm taking a break from shopping, but you're still going to see the videos. But I have to take a break from shopping for a while because we got to fix some stuff around the house. And in the meantime, these are the videos, the ledgers, the journals I created in the 24-hour live stream that you will not get to see the whole entire creations. I think it shows these not even finished in the 6-hour video I posted. So I created these. I'm doing 2 Paris themed journals and this one. And my lives are going to be decorating these because I got these done so far. And now I've got to make them look pretty. So I will be decorating the pages. I did this last night. And I need to craft more, talk less during my lives because I'm not getting enough done. This is like a hidden place. And I'll do a flip through video probably when I'm finished with them. But yep, I put this in last night and I thought this was cute. I got a bunch of pages when I went to different sales and people had anything to do with Paris or France. I bought up things and now I'm using those pieces in these 2 journals. So I do use my items that I purchase. And I was going to do 1 journal, but I thought, no, I'm going to do 2 because I love Holly Hobby. And I did 2 Holly Hobby journals and I sold one and kept one. And I let the woman pick the price she wanted to pay. And they were done out of fabric covers and I kept one and I love it. So that's why I do 2 now, because I might sell one, keep one, might do one in a giveaway. You just never know what I'm going to do with my stuff, because sometimes I'll put them up for sale. And then if they don't sell, then I might just do a giveaway. Because that's what crafters do. They'll make like a bunch of journals maybe to go in their Etsy store or whatever, and if they don't sell, then they end up doing giveaways on their YouTube channel. So anything goes. I enjoy making these whether I make money or not, but I do have people who ask me for custom ones sometimes, and then they'll pay me for them. I've done a couple custom journals. They were fun because they challenge me. Like the last one I did was for a young lady. She wanted it for her daughter. She wanted it in vintage colors and coral, and I had nothing in coral. So she really made me think outside of the box, but the journal turned out pretty darn cute, and she was happy with it. So that made me happy. And I think I might have... Let me see if I have... I think I have a flip through of that video that I did for her. Yes. Here's the video I did for Ashley that was a custom. I did a YouTube video of it when I was done. And then my most challenging one was Gothica. Gothica was based on, now I can explain it better. I wanted to bring my digital world into physical. So if anybody's interested, you can watch these later. Gothica was everything I have learned so far in one journal. It was using my art program. It was using physical things. It was using digitals because there's lace in it that's physical. The doors I showed that I cut was used in it to open up, and the poems that I used when I showed you the Gothic, those were folded up behind the doors and tied. There is pockets. I think the only things I didn't put in was like a belly band and some other things I know how to do, but because I couldn't remember everything. It took me an entire year to finish that journal because it was the pieces. I got hung up for 3 weeks trying to figure out what to use as the doorknobs. And man, did I go down a rabbit hole because I wanted texture in it, which I used Nouveau mousses and stencils. And so you had like bumps and you could feel texture. And I wanted metal. And I had never played with metal in a journal, but I wanted something to use as the door handles. And I went down a huge rabbit hole for 3 weeks. I mean, I was even going to bed at night and trying to think what could be so small you could. I mean, I even went to I Googled stuff like drawer pulls for jewelry boxes. I Googled some Tim Holtz items. Everything was too big. And finally, I don't even know how I found this. I couldn't tell you because I Googled like 1,000 times. It felt like I was in Google every day looking for something on my phone. And I don't know if Google suggested it or if it came to me. I don't know. I was so exhausted trying to find these pieces. And it was nose piercings, things that you use for piercings. I would have never thought because they are tiny, your little loops that go in your nose and stuff. So yeah, that's what turned out to be my hardware. And I would have never thought of that. So it just came up and it was just like, oh my God. And it took me down another rabbit hole. And then I found what I was looking for because I had even ordered pieces from another site, but they didn't work. It's either the thread was too thick and I couldn't put it through the holes. I mean, it was horrible what I had even spent that I couldn't even use. I'll find another use for them, which is no big deal, but it's like, so yeah, it was the pieces on Gothica that took me forever. And then to find digitals in it. The one digitals everybody loved, they wanted to know where I got them, but the woman discontinued it in her Etsy. It's like shut down. I sent the link and I showed it, but she had some issues with PayPal. So she shut her Etsy store until it's fixed. And I have no clue because she still isn't up and running. But she was the blues. And when I thought of Gothic, when you Google Gothic images and you go into Pinterest or you go to Google and you Google this kind of stuff, you're not going to get what I wanted, what my vision was. I didn't want a bunch of skeletons. I didn't want my Gothica to look evil. I didn't want it to have that element that is also a part of goth. I wanted it to be a passion goth. So it took me 3 digital kits and a lot of printing to get the pages, to get what I was looking for. But I did find it. And this book blows me away. It's got a 5-inch thick spine. It is definitely a chunky monkey. My husband looked at the spine because him and my daughter were the only two that first saw it. He's like, "Oh my God, that spine's too big." I said, "No, this is how I want it to be because I wanted to put in everything I learned so far." And that took a lot of signatures. And it was also my first hidden signature. And I ran into another issue doing a hidden signature because when you do a hidden signature, you have to sew it onto something, then put it in the book where you can't see these signatures. Like this here, hidden means you can't see these where you sew it. So I had to figure out how to hold the signatures into the book because these can be heavy when you have like how many pages that you do these in to pull off your idea. This can be very heavy on a book for your signature. So it had to be stable. So my biggest concern was if I do a hidden signature and don't sew it into the spine, which gives it strength, how do I know it's going to hold, not fall out? And that was a big issue because I had a piece of cardboard, which is actually, I believe it was off of a cereal box because a lot of junk journal is upcycling, but I do both. I do new and old. It don't matter. I used the cereal box with fabric on it to sew the signatures on before gluing it into the book. Well, what happened was exactly that. Even with Gorilla Glue, it would not hold. And the signatures kept falling out. I'm like, oh my God, Tammy. I didn't think I was ever going to get this to hold. So then I decided, you know what? I'm going to take some of the wax thread. And what I did, and I do explain it when I'm doing the flip through, I literally, because I had something that covered the spine that I bought off of another sale, I literally had to sew with a needle and the wax style thread the signatures in the whole piece that I had the signature sewed into. I had to sew it in the top, sew it in the bottom, and use Gorilla Glue to hold it in. That was definitely something that I wasn't expecting to do, but it worked and it's held up very well. And then once I was done, so people couldn't see where I sewed it, I put another covering over top of it. And the journal just blows me away. It does. It's like I sit down there and I'm like, how the hell did this come from my brain? And I think that's a crafter's curse. We always like everybody else's work better than our own. And I just sit there and stare at it. And when I showed my daughter and my husband, like, you should have heard my daughter. So, oh my God, Mom, that's absolutely stunning. Like they are so blown away by it too, because I don't know where this came from. And sometimes a crafter does it. I had no clue what this was going to turn out to look like. I had no clue what I was going to use. It's just you do it, you put it together, and then you look at the finished product and you're like, oh my God. And I still go down there and I have it spiked up and I'm like, oh my God, I still go down there and pet it. And I'm like, but it's just on display. I'm not going to use it. It's just a display piece to show how far I have come since I've joined the crafting community in a couple of years. Because I haven't been doing this very long. But I love it. It's the best creation I have ever created. So go watch it. Go watch that second link and look at Gothic because she's beautiful. This is the top of her. What I mean by the spikes. That's actually called eyelash trim. People sometimes sell it as fibers, but she is huge. She's beautiful. She's huge. I got pictures of her. I did the whole entire flip through and told you how I did it in the video. It's 37 minutes long. I'm so proud of her, though. She got a lot of views. I showed her in a lot of Facebook groups because I wanted people to see where I was. And I never usually show my work like this, like all through Facebook and everything. But I did because I was so proud of her. And she's the first one I named. I've never named my journals before. So I hope whoever's out there, if you ever do get to see Gothica, that you enjoy her as much as I did making her, because she was everything I had in me at that time. Now, as you grow as a crafter, you do learn more things. You know, more things you can put in for details and different things, but she's one of a kind, you know? And that's why some people sell their journals like $300, which I would never do that. I definitely don't charge for my labor. People would never be able to afford my books. I usually do just buy material. But that's how they get away with selling them for so much money, is because they are one of a kinds. You know, nobody else is going to create like you. And look at paintings. When you go into an art place, look how much they cost. They can get into thousands sometimes. The most expensive journal I've ever seen sold in the junk journal community through Etsy was a $500 journal that was created out of, I believe it was Junk Journal Johnny that did it. She made a complete beautiful journal out of a photo album from the 1800s, and it was beautiful. She had the flip through, and some lady paid $500 for it. So, you know, if you can make that kind of money, kudos to you. Me, it was never about money. I like to just create, and then what people want, because I want people of all walks of life to afford my journals. So sometimes I put them in starting out at like $10. And I think the most expensive journal I sold was $35. And that was the Holly Hobby one, made out of fabric on the cover. And the lady who wanted it asked me if she could have it. And I said, well, how much you want to pay for it? And she's the one that quoted me 35. So I said, okay, it's yours. So I'm open to negotiations, and some of them, they'll do a live stream or a flip through, not a live stream, a flip through video. And then you can send them an email and they'll tell you how much they want for it. But then you have some that create, like these two are created from books I gutted. Some people create them totally from scratch using bookboard. I've done all of it. I've done the hidden signature. I've done one built in a binder. I've done one done on rings. I've done a whole bunch of different kinds. And it just depends on who's looking for what and what they look for. Because I even purchase journals. I go and click on Etsy, and I'll put handmade journals like around the month of November. And I go down through and I'll look for Christmas ones, because I like using a Christmas one just for the month of December. I like using Valentine's just for the month of February. So I like the handheld ones. And that's how I purchase through Etsy. And I usually do it before Christmas so that whoever has an Etsy store will have some extra Christmas money, because I like surprising people. I don't know who they are, but I will send them a link and say, hey, I did a flip through of your journal on my YouTube channel. And I've actually met some crafters that way. So they can come and look and see, the flip through and how people react and things like that, because it's kind of like a feedback to people. And I've actually met some YouTubers that way too in the crafting community. I met quite a few that are really talented. And some didn't have YouTube channels. Last year, I bought a Christmas one. It had a Chatterbox books cover, and I love Chatterbox. She did a Santa one, and it came from Spain. So it's not even in the United States. I support people in different countries too. I have a favorite crafter that loves blue like me. Her name's JD Uni Desiree. She's from Australia. I've got tons of hers. I love her journals because we both had blue in common. Her prices have went up, and with shipping, I can't really afford her journals right now, but I do have a lot when she first started. And sometimes she does hers in giveaways too. And I've won a couple of her giveaways. And I've got some from the UK. And it's really cool because every country gets different things. So it's nice to have journals from all over the place because you get an idea what they're doing and products they have in their country. It's really cool. Me and Bonnie, she's from Australia, we did a junk mail swap. It was absolutely funny because the junk mail is so cool because you can incorporate them in journals. I'm talking like menus, anything that you can have as ephemera. And she gets some of the coolest stuff in her country. And then she was so funny because I sent this one envelope. It was, I think, our gas bill return envelope. Because when you go through your junk mail, look how many return envelopes you have that you don't use. If you don't mail in and you call in your payments, you get a lot of junk paper. And some of it can be really cool. So I had this one envelope and there was no plastic on it. She stuck her finger through it. She's, how am I supposed to use this one? It's just so funny. She says, and look at your mail. She was looking at the United States junk mail and she thought the envelopes were really cool that we get when you look at the envelopes on Discover cards. If you get like junk trying to get you to sign up for credit cards, their envelopes are really cool. They have like I don't know. They're like, some of them are like purple and they have like a shiny look to them. She really liked those. And then she gets these little bags over there that they put something in and you can cut a hole in and you can make it like a double bag. So, and then she saw our menu. I sent over Domino's menu. She goes, we don't have this on our menu. It was just so funny. And of course, the currency is different. And I bought a journal off of her that I'm actually going to be using in February. I think she called it Love Notes. And I bought it for Valentine's Day. And she created it. And hers is junk. She uses everything from scratch. She does not buy papers like Stamperi and stuff that we do. So her stuff is even cooler because it's the stuff that she finds in her country. So it's just really adorable. I fell in love with it when I saw it in her shop and I won a giveaway on her channel. So she incorporated it all into the same shipping and, sent it. Oh my gosh, this box was like the best gift ever. So you have some really creative people on here and it's so cool. And Mousy Deb, I'm going to give her a shout out because she is so funny. She posts the funniest stuff on Facebook too. She was a shopper at my sales. When I started having live sales, she was a customer. And I don't forget about my customers. Just because you shop with me, it's not like shop and I never speak to you again. That's not how I roll. I like rewarding the people who shop out of my Etsy store, the people who shop off my live streams. You just never know when you'll get a happy mail from me. So I know because she's Mousy Deb, she likes mice. So this just gives you an example how to do a happy mail. So every time I would be out thrifting or every time, it's just like, I am a shopper. Like when you pick a card, for your family member, and it has to say the right things and then you buy it. That's how I shop for my happy mails. So I was out looking for other things too. And I found, I have a friend on here that loves llamas. I have a friend that loves mice. So when I'm out and something jumps out at me, I will purchase it and do it as a happy mail for that person. But I build up my happy mails. I don't do it just at once. So I found a whole bunch of mice stuff for her, through the year. I had been shopping. So once I got a happy mail together, which I thought was a decent size, I have these great big bags that are like a bubble, but they're huge. I found them in the Dollar Tree and are really hard to find because it's hard to find this size. They're like a jumbo. So what I did was I fill it with stuff and then I mail it to the person as a happy mail. So I did her up a happy mail with mice. So she loved it. I even found stamps, like wooden stamps that had mice on them, just random stuff all put together. And so she turns around and she says, oh my God, you brought me to teach her to message her Facebook because she didn't know I was going to do this, but I did it. So once she got it, She's like, okay. She says, a couple of days later, she says something like, you're going to get a mail in the mail. And I'm like, what? Because I don't do a Happy Mail to get something in return. I do it just because I want to, as a thank you for shopping. And she says, well, you're getting a mail. And I said, you did not have to send me anything because you shopped in my live sales. That's why I did this in the first place. Oh, I just threw some shit together. So I had no clue. She kills me when she says that. I opened up her package and oh my God, I was so floored by what she sent me back. It's downstairs. She got together with Pearl because Pearl has lists of what people like. She made me the most beautiful chipboard binder of horses that I have ever seen in my life. And she put all her stuff, her ways of crafting in it. She put pockets and paper, and I could turn it into a great big glue book. I could turn it into a scrapbook. I could do whatever I want with this. She like made my Christmas. When I saw this, I about died. Like I cried. My husband's like, what's wrong with you? I said, look how beautiful this is. So I messaged her with Facebook. I said, throwing shit together my butt. I knew it took her time to create this. It's beautiful. But she gave me the idea because I never knew what to get my parents because they're up in age and, they don't want knickknacks and things that's dusty. They want, either gift cards or stuff like that, because they've lived their life. They don't want any more things to add. So I thought, I'm going to look for this chipboard binder, and I found it at Hobby Lobby. They had like 3 different sizes, and I got the standard. And I did a video live for I don't know how many weeks, like 3 or 4 weeks, where I took all of the vintage train stuff that I've been collecting because I like trains. So does my dad, and he's a train collector. And I did an entire binder of nothing but train items for my dad. And you should have seen his face on when he got it for Father's Day. He loves it. And the one thing that I liked about it is I could put sleeves down in and have decorative pictures and blueprints of train stations and things like that. But in the center, I just put notebook paper. So he could do his bills, he could write it, and he could throw it away and continually use it. Now, once you do this style of journal, you can only use it once. Like once I write in this and fill it up, this is done. But when you do a binder, you can continually use it if you have paper or if you do the Adori style. And what Adori style is if you punch a hole here, punch a hole here, punch a hole here and here, and you stick a band in it and tie it, and then fold your papers and slide it in and out. And that way you can continually use the same journal as much as you want. So it's a continuous use and not just one and put it aside. So there's different styles of journaling on here too. Like I'm working in one right now. This one here is the Adori style. It's got like bands, and they're not sewn in like signatures, so that you can fold your paper and just put it in, and then when you're done you can pull it out and refill it with fresh paper if it's like bills or something. So there's the continual use, there's the one style use, and that's what journaling's all about. Is you pick what you want, you create what you want, and you have fun, or you can create many things. But this is the kind of stuff I want to share on my channel with people. And, if you're not into journaling, that's okay. If you're into journaling, that's okay. You do you. But if you guys ever get inspired and you want to create journals or anything, and, you get into it, let me know. If you have pictures or whatever and you want to send them, I would love to see people's creations that don't want to do a YouTube channel and stuff. Because like Mousy doesn't have a channel, but she'll post stuff that she makes in Facebook. So it all depends on the person. But anyways, I'm going to go out and spend time with my puppy. I will continue these on my lives on Wednesdays because I want to decorate them and finish them. And in the meantime, I'm going to try this new Restream. I will tell you how it goes in different weathers, and we'll discuss it when you guys come into live streams. But other than that, I'm going to go, and I want to thank you for my test run today, because usually I don't go live at this time, but I made it a point to because I want to try out this since they told me about it last night. And whatever time zone you're in, I hope you're having a great one, and I will see you soon. Bye.